Okay, Putin moves south. Operational strategic level game for 2 players. A Russian coalition, or what do they call it? A Russian, I guess they just call it a Russian side versus a coalition. A contingent, by the way, or nationality. Okay, it is nationality. So a contingent are not the sides. How do they define this? Hmm. Um, hmm. Contingents. So you have Afghanistan, green. Might as well go through these real quick. Islamic Republic of Iran, they're yellow or gold. Okay, I always thought they were yellow. I guess they're gold, or they're labeled as gold. But this is the second Iranian Combined Arms Corps. ISC, Islamic State in Central Asia, light brown. Are those the Islamists? I took them off because I don't think the Islamists are in play here because I didn't roll that scenario variant. I'll assume that. I'll assume that the Islamic State in Central Asia is the Islamist units. Okay. NATO is blue here. This blue right here. This blue right here. Yeah. PRC is purple. People's Republic of China, and Russia's orange. That's a Russian unit up there and there. Okay. Central Asian states. So this I'm trying to get are Central Asian states all together one contingent? Oh no! Oh, that's not good. This matters because of the rail movement. I did a rail movement last time here, and I noticed afterwards that it's all, well, let me review it. Rail movement. Yeah, well, I'm not going to let this stop me. The fun factor is actually rising here, but I have not been able to do a lot of rule study at all. So who can move? Which contingent is conducting the action? Which makes it sound like all eligible units to move by railroad of one contingent can move. So a simple question: are the 5 Central Asian states? Are the Central Asian states a contingent, or is it Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan? Is each one of those a contingent? Okay, I guess I'll just assume, even though I still think it's slightly misleading, or not misleading, slightly confusing here, I'll go strictly with nationality, and clearly Kazakhstan is a different nationality than Kyrgyzstan. So even though they're labeled as Central Asian states on this list, sides, okay, whoops, sides. There are 2 sides in the game, the Russian Confederation and the Coalition. Each nationality or group of units, I guess that would be like the Islamist, represents a contingent of that side. Okay, alright, so I guess it is by nationality. Still slightly misleading. Alright, let's go with the 4 diamonds here. Nomenclature WS3. It is a multiple rocket launcher. Obviously it's truck mounted. It has a 400 millimeter main weapon there, obviously, the missiles. 70 to 200 kilometer range. So that is definitely like the US MLRS. Yeah. Our MLRS. Trying to remember the more specific system nomenclature. It escapes me right now. Okay. Yeah, fun factor's rising here. So, first, coalition, I don't know what you call it, move. Action point expenditure. Action, I guess. Single unit non-hyperwar move from here up to here. Roll the dice for movement points. That's the end of that action. First Russian Confederation action is a rail move, which again, I could have moved all eligible units, I guess all Kazakh units that are eligible for railroad movement. I just moved the one down here. I'm marking them myself because I'm breaking, obviously, very frequently between play here. Otherwise, I don't know how I would remember who's acted. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to move this. So I'm going to do a repeat here. This is going to be another non-hyperwar unit. So the LZR. This is fun to go over this. LZR is Lanzhou Military Region Reserves. Right here, it's a non-hyperwar infantry corps. Combat strength of 4. 1 on the backside reduced. Okay. So I think I declare. Then I pay the points, which is just 1. So I go from 15 to 14 on the coalition action point track, down to 14. Then I roll. I think then I roll for movement points. Oh, only get 2. This is where I'm thinking, wow, things are gonna be really variable. 1, 2, because I wanted these 2 units to move up here and attack and try to get Seme here, attack the garrison unit there, even if it's over the river there. And boy, that isn't even close because of the variable movement. So I don't think there are any variations to what I just did there. Okay, now before I go back now onto the Russian side, obviously there's no rush to reinforce Seme there with this kind of flow of the action. So I do want to go over the action point cost chart, make sure I have a general idea of everything I can do. So again, first for 1 AP cost, there's this non-hyperwar 1 unit move. Then we have move all hyperwar units by a pay of just 1 AP. Again, 1 AP to move all hyperwar units. Again, hyperwar units are identified by the plus after their combat power. So the reaction force, the NATO reaction force, which is an airborne corps type unit, combat factor of 3, is a hyperwar unit. So again, 1 AP to move all hyperwar units. That must be by, is that by side or contingent? I just assumed it was by contingent. I'll leave that question open. Obviously, that's the point. Is it by contingent or is it by side? Big difference. Big difference. Then we have 1 AP cost to make a railroad admin move, and that's for all units of all eligible units of a contingent. Then we have try don't miss me. Attack with 1 regular unit, and it does not cost anything to defend. So you spend 1 AP to attack with 1 unit, 1 regular unit. What do they mean by regular unit? Do they mean regular? Does regular here mean non-hyperwar? Okay, another outstanding question. Then we have pay 2 to 6 AP for a multi-unit attack at 1 AP per ground unit. So that does not include air, naval, or missile. Yeah. Or pay 1 for a multi-unit attack when all attacking units are hyperwar. So you can pay, here's the outstanding question. Is that multiple attacks against different enemy defenders? Or is that a multi-unit attack against 1 defender when all attacking units are hyperwar? Pay 1 AP to regroup. 1 reduced to regular unit. Okay, regular must be non-hyperwar unit. Table's a little misleading because sometimes it says non-hyperwar, sometimes it says regular. Pay 2 points to regroup 1 reduced hyperwar unit. So that is an extra cost of a hyperwar unit. Pay 1 AP to deploy 1 reinforcement group. Now what's a reinforcement group? Don't know yet. Pay 1 to launch an air superiority offensive. Pay 1 AP to launch an air bombardment offensive. 0 to launch a close air support mission. And we have a few more.